Assalamualaikum and very good morning. My name is Aiminadia binti Ibrahim Al Zakaria from the Faculty of Entrepreneurship and Business, University Malaysia Kelantan. Today, I am delighted to present my innovation under the alternative assessment category entitled Retail Rebirth and Authentic Action Learning Framework for Modern Commerce Education. Retail Rebirth started with one simple question: how can we assess whether our students are truly capable of solving real retail problems rather than simply answering questions about them? Our answer was to take assessment beyond the classroom and into real retail business. This project is led by myself together with my team members, Nurul Hasliana Hamsani, Azinda Shazli Matsui, and Nur Shakira Ahmad. Together, we developed Retail Rebirth as an alternative assessment approach that connects students, educators, retailers, and the local community. In retail service education, student learns theory related to customer service, merchandising, store operations, and retail management. However, examinations, written case study, and classroom presentation may tell us whether students understand the theory, but they provide limited evidence of whether students can actually diagnose and solve a real business problem. Therefore, we introduced retail rebirth into the retail service management course. Instead of giving students a hypothetical retail case, we gave them a real business. 10 groups of students collaborated with 10 local retailers involving food outlets and grocery stores. The students entered the actual stores, observed their operations, identify service and operational weaknesses, communicate with the business owners and develop feasible improvement proposal. The learning process moved through 5 activities: explore real stores, identify issues, develop solution, implement or prototype the solutions, and finally document the evidence. Therefore, students are not simply telling us what they would do, they actually do it. And this is what transforms a conventional assignment into an authentic community embedded assessment. Retail Rebirth has 6 key objectives. The first one is to enable students to apply retail knowledge in real business contexts, bridging classroom theory with actual retail practice. Second is written authentic assessment, where students are assessed through meaningful, real world tasks rather than relying only on examinations. Third, to support retail business improvement by helping retailers identify weaknesses and develop practical solutions. Fourth, to develop work-ready competencies, including critical thinking, problem-solving, teamwork, communication, and digital literacy. Fifth, to promote digitalization and innovation, encouraging students to introduce appropriate contemporary retail solutions. And the final objective to foster reflection and continuous learning so students understand not only what they implemented but also why it worked, what did not work, and what they learned from the experience. Therefore, the objective is not simply to improve a store, it is to create better students while supporting better retailers. So, what makes retail rebirth different? The first element is that real stores become living laboratories. Instead of simulated cases, 10 actual businesses become learning environments where students diagnose, design, and implement solutions. Second is our structured 5R action learning framework: recognize, review, redesign, rebirth, and reflect. Students first recognize the business and customer context. They review the business through a systematic retail audit. Then they redesign the retail experience by co-creating improvement with the retailer. During rebirth, feasible interventions are implemented or prototyped. And finally, students reflect on the outcomes and learning experience. The third innovative element is our integrated toolkit, combining the 360-degree audit, a retail transformation canvas, retail rebirth index, or RRI, and an authentic assessment rubric. We also emphasize co-creation, where students do not impose solution or retailers. They work together with the business owners to develop practical, affordable, and relevant improvement. These may include store layout, visual merchandising, branding, QR information, digital menus, social media, cashless payment, and service improvement. Most importantly, the transformation become visible and evidence-based through before and after documentation, prototype, and digital artifacts. The value of retail rebirth can be viewed from two sides. For a student, it provides authentic experiential learning. They strengthen problem solving, critical thinking, communication, teamwork, creativity, and digital literacy. Instead of producing an assignment that ends after grading, students produce evidence of real work that can contribute to their professional portfolio. For retailers, and the community. Retail Rebirth introduced practical and generally low-cost improvement to areas such as customer experience, branding, digitalization, store operation, and merchandising. This create what we call a dual impact model: better student, better retailer, stronger community. Therefore, the assessment does not create value only for the university; it creates value outside the university as well. Another important strength for retail Rebirth is its practicality. For students, they receive direct exposure to real business, real customer, and real operational challenges. They learn retail analysis, planning, visual merchandising, branding, and service design while developing collaboration and communication skill with actual business owners. For retailers, the recommendations are designed according to the needs, capacity, and resources of each business. This is important because innovation does not always require expensive technology. A meaningful transformation may involve better product arrangement, clearer pricing, improved signage, strong branding, a QR menu, cashless payment, social media marketing, or an improved service process. The approach is therefore practical, adaptable, and replicable. Retail Rebirth also has potential beyond a single university course. The commercial strength comes from the fact that we are not offering only an assignment, we are developing a structure framework and toolkit. The 5R framework provides the process, while the innovation toolkit provides instruments for diagnosis, planning, assessment, and measurement. The Retail Rebirth Index, or RRI, covers seven dimensions: retail service quality, store layout, and environment, visual merchandising, branding, digitalization, customer experience, and sustainability. This creates several potential target markets. The framework could be adapted for educational institution training and capacity building programs, business consultancy, and support programs, as well as government and NGO community development initiative. Potential products and service include framework licensing, training programs, toolkit packages, a digital platform, and consulting and implementation services. The key advantage is scalability. Once the framework, templates, and tools are standardized, retail rebirth can potentially be replicated across the retail related courses, institutions, and communities. So, retail rebirth has the potential to move from a classroom assessment to an educational toolkit and ultimately to a scalable retail transformation model. To conclude, retail rebirth demonstrates the feasibility of transforming retail service coursework into an authentic community embedded assessment involving 10 student groups and 10 real retail businesses. The project shows that students can integrate retail aesthetic, service knowledge, and operational thinking in responding to actual business context. Through through the 5R framework: recognize, review, redesign, rebirth, and reflect. Learning becomes a journey from understanding a business problem to creating and evaluating a transformation. For students, Retail Rebirth develops integrated competency and work-ready skills, while for retailers, it provides practical and feasible improvement solutions. For educators, it provides a more meaningful approach to assessing authentic student performance. And for the community, it strengthens collaboration between the university and local business. Thank you.